Quick quiz here before we start going with the proofs, because I have to be 100% confident in all of you that you know what type of angles can be formed. All right, here you go. 15, ready to start us off? 15, give me a pair of alternate interior angles in that diagram. 1 and 6, nice job. What do I know about 1 and 6? 7, what do I know about them? Yes, they are congruent. All good there. That's the way this game's going to go. All right, number 28, give me a pair of corresponding angles. 3 and 6, pair of correspondings. And what do I know about those corresponding angles too? They are congruent. Nice job. Let's keep this going. Give me a pair, 7, give me a pair of same side interior angles. 1 and 5. What do I know about 1 and 5? Number 2, they're supplementary. We're good so far. All right. Number 8, give me a pair of alternate exterior angles.
8 and 4.
Alternate exterior, 8 and 4. Nice job. What do I know about alternate exterior angles? If you got to look back, look back. 1, what do I know about alternate exterior? They are congruent. Final pair, same side exterior. Same side exterior. Here you go, 21, same side exterior. 8 and 3, what should I know about them? 12? Supplementary. Any questions? Okay, because if we don't know those, you're not going to be able to recognize them when we start the proofs. Also, just because we're in a new unit, I have to take these down, but these still apply. You are still going to find these in your proof still. They're not going anywhere. We're ready to take this on now. Ready to take it on? Ready to get going? Let's do it. Here we go. Challenging time. Challenge. First one, you can thank me later. I wrote in all the statements for you. We just need to practice what's an appropriate reason to put in now. All right, first, what did I give you? A parallel to B. Let's mark it on our diagram with, oh boy, right angles. That's not a good start. What do we mark our diagrams with if two lines are parallel? Those little arrows, yep. So A parallel to B. And also C is parallel to D. Now, I just want to make you aware of one thing. Yeah, I will put 2 on, because that's what we discussed on Tuesday. But you may also see just 1 in your book. But as long as it's going in the same direction, that's all that matters. Okay, so don't get freaked out. But they're all parallel, that's impossible. Nope. Just the ones going in the same direction. All right, ready to help me out? 3 is supplementary to 2, I am stating. That is a true fact. But why is 3 supplementary to 2? Got to know your angles. Got to know, and just tell me. I'm not looking for a fancy reason yet. Just tell me. 12. They're corresponding? I thought corresponding angles were congruent. Come on. There we go. Same side interior angles. Everyone agree? All right, now how do I write that in my proof? Just the way you guys wrote your reasons for those algebra questions in class on Tuesday. What did I give you? What made them supplementary? Okay, so you have to tell me parallel lines. And then we have that arrow pointing to the right, which means implies. What type of angles are 2 and 3? Same side interior, and you can abbreviate interior. Same side interior angles are, tell me something about them, are supplementary. All right, let's keep this going. Now I'm also stating that 1 and 2 are supplementary. Look at your diagram. Why would 1 and 2 also be supplementary? Because that is a true fact, 1 and 2. Bless you. Here we go. 4, any idea why 1 and 2 are supplementary? They are same side interior angles. Nice job. Here, if anybody's wondering why, watch. Just let me highlight some stuff here for you. Everyone see, what about these 2 lines? They're parallel and they're cut by that transversal. 1 and 2 are inside and on the same side of the transversal. Everyone agree? Okay. So it's going to be the same reason as number 2. Parallel lines. Imply same side. Oh, don't even say that. Same side interior angles are supplementary. Okay, so now I'm saying one's congruent to 3. They're not alternate interior. They're not same side. They're nothing. So this is not going to start with parallel lines imply. And plus, hey, look at all the darn work you just did in steps 2 and 3. Use it to get to 4. 3 and 2 are supplementary. 1 and 2 are supplementary. We just finished a whole unit on these, and this is why I told you they are not going anywhere, these theorems. 3 is supplementary to 2, so is 1. Why are 1 and 3 going to be congruent then? Has nothing to do with parallel lines. 10, any idea? Okay, but substitution can only be used if I set these equal to each other, which they're not. Does everybody see that? That's a common mistake. Can't use substitution only on equal quantities. Only on equal quantities. These are supplementary, can't use substitution. 3 and 1, both supplementary to what? 2. The same angle? Do we have a theorem if 2 angles are supplementary to the same angle? Supplements of? Okay, it's going to get tough. It's getting real now. And you won't have these with you anymore. All right, you're not having those anymore to look up here or on a little cheat sheet. Questions? Going. That was just the first one. I think the next one, yeah, I'm just going to skip over the next one because I hate to break it to everybody. Anybody seeing here my point? It's basically the same one, yeah. It's the same proof minus the lines extended. All right, so we can come back as a review proof for that one. Let's get right to 3 now, right to 3. Look at this diagram, nice. Okay, as in any proof, mark your diagram, set up your statements, reasons, put your givens in. And just a comment from your tests, could we please, and this only goes for a handful of you, set up statements, reasons, 2 columns. Some of you guys like to do bullet points, your own. No, that's not how we roll in here on tests and quizzes. All right, you put 2 columns. First column's the statements. Second column's the reasons. And both columns are numbered. So I know that statement 1 goes with reason 1. Okay? Yes, I know I told you you can do whatever you want in your notes and homework, but some of you guys transferred that to the test, unfortunately, and that's not happening anymore. All right? So make sure you mark your diagram. It looks like you guys have a pair of angles congruent and some parallel lines. Everyone got them set up, ready to go? Got your diagram marked? Look at the angles I'm trying to prove congruent. Make sure you guys can identify those angles, CDF and DFE. Every given will be used somehow. Everyone see the angles, the bigger ones? Right? Oh, whoa, wait a second here. The bigger ones? So you're going from these smaller ones to a bigger pair, right? Maybe in my mind, I'm thinking about doing what? Oh, maybe. Okay. Maybe. But to add, I would need how many pairs? 2. How many did I give you? Okay. But you do know the lines are parallel, right? Here's the toughest part about this proof. Do you see any other angles that possibly could be congruent because those lines are parallel? Any special type of angles? Corresponding, alternate interior, alternate exterior. Are there any in there formed by these parallel lines that might be congruent up here? All right, because the lines are parallel. Let's go right back here. Here we go. Let's hear it. 17. 17. ABF is not an angle. ADF, okay, so you're saying this angle right here and DFE, this angle, right? Don't say it. Hopefully people didn't hear that. Those are the congruent angles in there. What type of angles did Teddy just give me there? What type of angles? 30? Alternate interior. And if the lines are parallel, Paige, what do I know about them? They're congruent. Everyone agree? All right, so I'll write that in my proof here, that angle, because that's got to go in there before I do any adding. Angle ADF, congruent to DFB. Okay, based on everything we've done, last proof and on Tuesday, how do you think this reason's going to be written? Parallel lines imply what now? What type of angles? Alternate interior angles are what? Congruent. Now can I add those with the given angles and get the prove angles? Can I do that? Okay, so let's add them together. So I'm going to take angle CDA and add it to ADF. And that'll be the same as if I added BFE and DFB. Addition. And hey, this is not, I'm telling you, it's never going to change. What's after addition or subtraction? Okay, it's not changing. Okay, before we end this one, I'm trying to eliminate all the mistakes that may or may not happen tonight on the homework. I just marked these 2 angles that I needed to prove. I just marked them here for you. A lot of people just put a 2-step proof and say they're already congruent because they're alternate interior. All right, that's what I'll get. I'll get a lot of 2-step proofs and saying they're already congruent because they're alternate interior. Problem though, yes, they're alternate interior, but what lines would need to be parallel? Do you see the lines that would need to be parallel for me to call those congruent alternate interior angles? Where are they, Connor? Oh, there you go. Both of you guys. Okay, I would need FE parallel to CD to say that. Does everybody see that one there? All right, and how do you know that? What I like to do is I like to highlight the angles. Do you see how now I highlighted these 2 lines? They need to be parallel. And what would this act as? That's my transversal. All right, so don't hopefully fall into that trap. One more here. One more. Oh boy. Just read the givens and I know you're just going to start shaking. Ready to talk? Anything in your head right now based on the givens? Anything in your head? Halves of, and why? Because how many angles are getting bisected? 2. All right, you're right. It's going to be a halves, right? 2 angles are getting bisected. All right, so what's got to go in there first, because it's not going to be a 2-step proof. You have to tell me what you're taking half of, right? Everyone agree what you're taking half of? Give me one angle you're going to take half of. Okay, so half of JEB equals, okay, let's see. I could either say angle JEF or I could say FEB. Which one am I concerned about in this proof? FEB. Name the other angle I'm going to take half of. EGD. All right, look at the diagram. I could either say that's equal to EGH or HGD. Which one am I concerned about? HGD. And again, reasons not halves of equal quantities. How do you know you're taking half of it? Definition of a bisector. And people are like, oh, let's roll. 3 steps, I'm done. Halves of equal quantities. We're not done yet. It's not going to be 3 steps. I know that's what you're used to from Unit 2, though. What's the theorem we're going to end up using here? Halves of, say that again, halves of. What I'm taking half of, was I given that these two are equal? What I am taking half of, was it given that these two are equal? No, so we need to say that. Whatever you take half of needs to be equal. All right, if you're going to use this theorem, whatever you take half of, so in this case, I need somebody to tell me why JEB is in fact congruent to EGD. Those 2 angles that I'm taking a half of. And look in your givens. There is one given we have not even touched, and that's the fact that these 2 lines are parallel. Look at those angles, please. Look at those angles. Tell me what type they are and what you know about them. Let's go to it. 6. JEB. Here we go. JEB. EGD. Okay, well, here you go. Ready? They are on the same side, but you can't call them interior or exterior because one's inside, one's outside. So I'm kind of in a bind there, right? Okay, so it's kind of not interior or exterior. What's the only one that doesn't have the interior or exterior attached to it? Not consecutive. Corresponding. Does everyone see that? And that's also a good idea. Hey, it's not exterior, it's not interior because it's both, so it's probably going to be corresponding. How do you think I want to start this reason? Parallel lines imply, what do I have now? Corresponding angles. Are congruent. Okay, so you told me what you're taking half of are equal. You told me what you're taking half of. Now can I go right to it? Absolutely. And I can say FEB congruent to HGD because halves, that's what I'm doing here in step 2, halves of equal quantities, and you told me what you're taking half of are indeed equal, are equal. All right, questions? All right, while you're in your groups and while I'm here, let's get it moving, get started, work right up to the bell. Don't pack up anything early here. I think you guys can get this done. My versions are up on Aspen. Again, if you want to come in tomorrow and say, hey, I think I did this a different way and it's still right, let me know. I want to see it. I'll see all the greatness.